Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave. Halt, Dave. I'm going to take you to justice.
And I'm Dirk.
Yes. So, um, so between Shuri and Nick Fury articles that we've seen, there are a lot of really cool new justice cards that are coming in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wave.
Yeah, and I don't remember previously them doing two heroes in the same uh um
Wave.
no, not wave. Yeah, well, in the same wave with the same skill set or I'm blanking on the word.
I have no idea what you're trying to say.
Yellow Justice.
There's
Two of the same ones back to
no,
back like
we usually have
before.
6 heroes and we only have 4 aspects.
Yeah.
So
Aspect. That's the word I was thinking of. Aspect.
So yeah, no, there's always two of the aspects has 2 heroes, but
That add this much though.
well, yeah, like the Shuri article, we saw a lot of justice cards,
Yeah.
so that's why I thought there's enough justice cards between the Nick Fury article, the Shuri article, and there was a content creator preview. So I thought,
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of justice cards that look like they might actually like play pretty strong roles in the
right.
format.
So I thought, maybe we could just talk about the different justice cards and heroes we think would be good with them. So let's start with the. There's only 2 in the Nick Fury that we've seen. So let's in the article. So this first one is Informant. It's a 1 cost upgrade, preparation, max 1 per player. When a minion schemes, discard Informant. This activation removes threat instead of placing it.
Yeah, so a lot of times when we've seen cards like this, it's when the villain schemes. This one's when the minion schemes.
Right.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and of course with Nick Fury, he has that when he's in stealth suit, people are scheming even when he's a hero. So obviously it's great for Nick. That's why it's in his deck. It's a preparation card, so Black Widow would really like this card as well. Um,
But I like the fact that it's an upgrade because of minions, so you can play it and it stays out until you need to use it. And it doesn't say when a minion schemes against you, it's just when a minion schemes, period.
right.
So in a multiplayer game, somebody else could go down and you could still
Yeah,
utilize it.
but also it's not a hero interrupt. So
Right.
when you play one of those always stay down heroes, this is a good
Gee, I
one for
never
them.
do that.
Well, not
Well,
in Justice you don't usually, but so
yeah, yes, I do.
you
I
usually
will do it in justice. I like it in leadership, though. It's really good in leadership.
yeah. But yeah, so this card, obviously for Black Widow and Nick Fury in general, but yeah, like you said, in multiplayer, this is a good card. Um, all right, the next one.
Next one here is a card called Prism Dust. It's a 1 cost upgrade. It's a preparation tech. So with the tech, works really good for both Nick or Shuri.
Yeah.
But as an attack, it's a hero response. After a minion enters play, you can discard Prism Dust to confuse that minion and deal 2 damage to it. So a lot of the smaller minions, it basically would just kill them right away. But if not, then it confuses them so that they can, they won't thwart. So you can use that in combination. So instead of deal damage, they do thwart. Yeah,
Yeah.
a great card though.
And of course, preparation card Black Widow would love this card
Yes.
as well. Okay. And then we saw um for the this is Hall of Heroes here, which is a great site for looking at cards that are coming, or like when you want to know what set a card came from. It's a great site. It's a very handy resource. But Winning Hand did a preview of this card, which is Intelligence. It's a 1 cost upgrade. It's a preparation card. So again, Nick and Black Widow would like it.
Yeah.
Black Widow's on the card, so of course she has to play it.
Yeah,
After
that's the way it works.
It's a response. After a player is dealt an encounter card, discard Intelligence. Look at each encounter card dealt to each player and the top card of the encounter deck. You may swap any number of those cards. Now, this is amazing for controlling a turn um, from what the villain is doing to you. Um, and it also works with after all the cards are dealt. So like if you got a couple hazards, even so people are getting extra cards, you could uh, you could say, okay, well my shadows isn't that bad, or Thor wants a minion, so it's like, okay, I can put this minion, give this minion to Thor, or Magneto likes minions too. for his magnetic missiles and stuff. So this is really good in multiplayer. I would say more than solo.
Well, can
But
you imagine this with Star-Lord?
yeah, Star Lord with a lot of cards. And you also can control what card's going to be like a boost for the next turn, I guess, technically, because it's one extra card than all the cards that are dealt. Um,
Or if somebody's going to get an extra boost card on one of their encounter cards, yeah.
yeah, or or of course, or you can see it at least when there's a surge, so you can kind of go, oh, well, I'm going to get surge, so okay, I'll put this card on top so that your surge won't be that bad,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So that is, so intelligence has got some great use, and then in the Shuri article, we got quite a few justice cards.
Yeah.
This is what made me think about doing this video,
Yeah.
was because of the sheer number of justice cards that we've seen in the preview article.
So the first one we've got here, it's a 1-cost upgrade. It's called Invisibility Gear. It's a tech item, and you are max 1 per player, but you can play it under any player's control. As an interrupt, when an enemy would attack you, you can discard it, and that enemy schemes instead. So it basically it gives anybody the Nick ability.
Right. But
So,
this is also, I mean, this, so obviously as a tech card, so it's good for Shuri.
yep.
But this is also, I think, a good one for Nick as well, because say you are in assault form, because you couldn't switch to stealth. You didn't, because you didn't have one of those cards that lets you switch back to stealth. So this, because I think a lot of Nick's cards are going to be coordinated with people scheming against him. And if you're stuck in assault form, well, then they're going to attack you instead of scheming against
Yeah,
you.
this one actually kind of surprised me a little bit that it didn't come in Nick because, I mean, with what it does, with the fact that you notice it's got Coulson on the card, it's got Coulson's quote on the card and everything. I mean, this oozes Nick,
Yeah.
but it's not a Nick.
Yeah. Well, so unfortunately we won't have access to the card when we do the campaign,
Yeah.
because this will be a month later. But all right, next we got Sting Operation. It's a 2-cost upgrade, preparation tactic, max 1 per player. Response: after non-elite minion schemes, discard Sting Operation to discard that minion. So again, with Nick, it's a preparation card, and Nick's ability with the stealth suit, the screams, it's great for him. Again, just being a preparation card is good for Black Widow as well. Yeah, again, of Invisibility Gear, you're saying you're surprised it's not Nick. This one, I'm really surprised it's not with
Yeah.
Nick, because it's a preparation. It's not a tech card. So it's a good justice card for making a Shuri justice deck, but it doesn't complement her specifically.
Right.
But
And again, also Shield. Look at the card. Look at the artwork.
this is a shield wave, so even if Shuri's not a shield agent. Okay.
All right, so now we've got the Raft, which I know this is one Dave's really looking forward to. But it is a 2-cost support. It's a shield location. But as a response, after a minion leaves play, you can tuck it under here from the encounter discard pile instead. And then you remove threat from a scheme equal to the tucked minion's printed scheme. And if there's at least 4 minions here, then you'll take and shuffle them up and deal one of them out at random to any player as a face-down encounter card. So you could actually turn around and give that to your aggression player, so they've got Hall of Hero fodder.
Yep. Or Thor going, I need card draw, please give
Yes.
me the minion. And it says after a minion leaves play, so you top it with this card, and this card can trigger the Raft. So that's great. It's also it's a shield support, so Maria could use this.
Yep.
If you're doing a Maria Justice deck, I could see. I don't think
It doesn't have to be a justice.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. Well, that's what I'm getting at is I don't know if I would have this be one of my 3 off aspect cards, because
well, I could see this one much stronger if you're playing solo with Maria.
Yeah,
on an off aspect. I could definitely see this being a consideration for an off aspect card if you're playing solo.
Yeah,
So, and we don't really play solo, so it's not something that is at our forefront.
Right.
But I mean, Yeah, and also if it's one of those that if you know who you're going to be going up against, you know you've got a big strong minion in there that you don't want to come back. This would be a consideration in that case. Like we don't really know the builds in advance, so or who we're going up against. So I don't know. In our case, yeah, it might not be as much of a choice, but I could definitely see it being a short lister for the Alpha Spectrum.
But getting rid of annoying and they don't have to be. It's not just non-elite. So like the Ronin minion from the Kree Fanatic
Yeah,
print and play.
but it only works against minions. You can't get rid of annoying players with it. So no, you can't use it to get rid of me.
Yeah, well, I got other ways. Um, all right, then we have Manifold.
So Manifold here, this is a 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 1 attack. He is a Wakanda card, so he works great with Shuri because of that, but he's also an Avenger. So he can work with any of those Avenger sync cards as well. But after he enters play, you can choose a player. That player searches their deck and discard pile for a player's side scheme and adds it to their hand. So guess what? This is going to be one of my favorite cards. I'm really looking forward to him coming out because I love the side schemes.
All right, and Cable is going to love Manifold
Yes.
because you know, you if you have you have a hand where you don't have a player side scheme, but you have some resources, you play Manifold, then you get to search your deck for a player side scheme, then you can play it. Cable defeats it, and then he gets to ready. So you know it works really well with
Yeah, Cable's going to be begging the Justice player to put this card in their deck. I have a feeling.
or if you're playing Cable Justice, you know,
Well, yeah.
even though you don't get
Well, then he just begs himself.
yeah. I mean, you don't get any team building, you know, or Children of the Atom, or unless you make him an honorary X-Men or something. Oh no, it's only when he enters play. So yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So there's no synergy with Cable except for the fact that
Oh, side scheme. There's enough synergy there.
I was gonna say, but for what he does. All right, then we have Going Undercover. It's got a fourth. You put fourth threat on it. Victory 0. That a feeding player looks at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. They may add one non-scenario specific card from among those to the victory display. Then place the rest on top and or bottom of the encounter deck in any order. Now this I could see pretty much any hero because like you can get rid of their obligations, especially if you got an obligation that really hampers your hero. Yeah,
X-23.
like X-23 for example. Or you could get rid of Shadow of the Past. You know, that's another one that can go away. You just can't.
You could get rid of Ronan.
You can get rid of the Ronin minion.
Yeah, the Ronan minion. Yeah.
But you couldn't get rid of, like, if you're playing against Juggernaut, you couldn't get rid of a Juggernaut card, but you could get rid of, you know, from the encounter set or, you know, the standard set or whatever modular set that you add.
Yeah.
So, but this I can see being good for any hero because Shadows of the Past is annoying pretty much for everybody. Equally annoying. Well, for some people, maybe it's
Yeah, what's great is when you've got the heroes that actually have the ability to look at or manipulate the deck, the counter deck, then you can actually time this a little bit better even as well.
right.
So
Yeah, that one card that we saw where you get to play with it. Yeah, you could put that on that one card where you put on top. Which one was it? It was oops. Wait, was it this one?
no,
No, what was it?
it's not. It's not.
Oh, was it on Nick? No.
No.
It was. It was.
It was the. It was the Hall of Heroes one.
Yeah, this one. So,
Yeah, that's
whatever card you put on top from Intelligence, then you can defeat this Going Undercover.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get used as a boost in there or something, or some kind of extra draw.
Well,
then
but
you know what it is.
but it's during the encounter card phase, so that's the end of the villain phase. You know, well, the last thing in the villain phase. I mean, Surge would mess that up.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of times where they get extra cards.
But yeah, as long as no one decks during the villain phase or Surge, you could control what card goes on top of the encounter deck, and then you could use this card to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit of work, but it could be done. Oops. Okay, so those were the Justice cards that are coming in this wave, and you know, there's quite a few that we've seen. The other Justice card that we saw that I would.
I'm getting seasick here.
This I wasn't gonna. I mean, the Douglas. I mean, it's it's a card for Maria. And if you want to do supports, I mean, Nick could use it as well.
I don't know. It's expensive, but I could actually see this having a home in some other decks.
Yeah, so you exhaust the Douglas and remove one operation counter from it, remove 2 threat from each scheme, ignoring any crisis icon. So it is nice that you ignore the crisis icons for sure. And if you've got a lot of side schemes, you could remove 2 threat and then, so yeah, it's definitely useful and really useful for Maria, but other heroes you have to kind of work at to get up to the 6 cost.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's a pricey card, but I can see it having a home in some others.
And that was courtesy of critical, no, not critical encounters. I'm not. Oh, Web Warrior Fanatic. That's right. Because I saw his video. Yeah. So
okay.
Web Warrior Fanatic presented the 2 helicarriers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe and
hit that notification bell.
all right.
Sure.
Thank you.